we go. No, Amish. No, Amish. All right. Hello. Hello. Alrighty. Now why'd the sound get all acting up? I didn't even do anything. I literally just stepped in front of it, and then the sound got all terrible. I know. Sound was working perfectly fine. I don't even do anything. I just literally stepped in front of it. Well, forget it. It's just going to have to be that way then. Donate me another Atari, please. What's up, everyone? Janitor Jake here. Give me a minute to get everything situated, and I will begin the live stream of good old Berzerk for the Atari 2600. And if you're familiar with the channel, you know the drill. You gotta wait and be patient while I get everything set up and situated before I get going here. I don't understand why that does that, though. It's like the sound will sound perfectly fine. There might be a little bit of scratchiness. Okay, fine, whatever. I understand why that does that, though. It's like it sounds okay, fine, good, whatever. And then I'll just walk across and sit down, and suddenly the sound screws up. I didn't touch anything. I didn't bump into anything. I did not do nothing. Did not do a doggone thing. I know. Act up. Alright. Making sure that this works. Alright, looks like everything is good to go, so let's get the show started, shall we? So, today I'm going to be playing good old Berzerk for the Atari 2600 or the Atari VCS. Do not own the box and I do not own the manual, so I did have to look the manual up online and read about what is going on. And from what I gather, the story is kind of cool. You're some guy in a ship or whatever, and you go to this planet called Mazion. I think, I don't remember the exact name, but it's like Mazion or something goofy like that. And you go, all of a sudden you're stuck in a labyrinth, and these auto-Mazions or whatever, these bad guys, Mazion autos or auto-Mazions, start shooting at you, and so you got to kill them. And if you dink around too much, this evil dictator, the thing that runs the whole shebang, whose name is Evil Otto, will show up, and you cannot kill Evil Otto. So I guess I'm gonna pop this in and get going. This game was released. Let me see here. When was it? August of 1982, the same month and year that the ColecoVision was released. So, I guess we're going to pop the puppy in and get going. But I'm going to fix something real quick. And Matt says, classic arcade game. Is it, Matt? Is it a classic arcade game? Is it? Really? Really? So yeah, I've never played it before. Not too familiar with it. I did putz around with it before, like years ago in like 2012. I like threw it in, was like, and I didn't really understand what was going on. So this is pretty much going to be a blind playthrough. And Matt says, "Yep, it is." All right. Well, I never played it in the arcade, But this is pretty much going to be a blind first-time playthrough of good old Berzerk. So let's power it on and get going. And I am on easy mode. So got the difficulty switches set to B, which is easy. And even in the manual, they stated that the difficulty switches do not do anything. Black and white switch apparently does nothing. In the game select, you can cycle through all sorts of different games. How many we got in total here? 12. And this is a single-player game, which is super awesome considering the last games I played, Super Challenge Baseball and Football, strictly two-player. Dedicated strictly for 2 players. So, thank goodness gracious I'm able to play a decent single-player game. And once again, the idea of this is to just rack up points and see how far you can get. And the manual actually states that you can get up to 999,999, and then it rolls over. So the rollover will happen at 1 million. Don't know if I'll be able to pull it off, but let's see what I can do. And from what I gather, you cannot touch the walls either. I love the look of it, though. It looks really cool. And you can shoot from angle. Ooh, I don't want to get hit. Moves kind of slow. I am surprised. Oh, yeah, that's right. So he touched the wall. So if you touch the wall, you get electrified. So here's what I mean. When I first played this game, I was like, which way do you go? Which way do you go? Like, you could actually beat the game, but you can't. This goes for all eternity, basically. It is nice that they shoot that slow. Oh yeah, I forgot you can shoot at... Okay, so... Try to do some angle shots, so... Actually, I'm just going to go straight up and see if any... Like, it loops. I don't think it does. Now, according to the manual, there are actually, like, 16 different maze layouts. And, so it's kind of like a wave. And throughout each and every wave, or whatever, maze, they will get faster and faster and more of a pain to deal with. Oh, and you get an extra life, too. Whoa, I didn't realize you get that many points. So you get an extra life. Oh! You will get an extra life after every 1,000 points. Wow, that was trash. Wow, that was bad. Oh, you can stand still and shoot. Crazy, I didn't even know you could do that. I do feel like he's moving really slow, though. And Forrest says, hi. How's everything going, Forrest? How is everything going this fine evening? Wow, I did really bad. Yeah, that's the thing, like, your character moves really slow. Now, a lot of people who are familiar with this game might be like, well, wait a minute. Where's Evil Otto? Isn't Evil Otto supposed to be showing up? Apparently, in game number 1, Evil Otto actually will not show up. Oh my gosh. So, Evil Otto won't show up until game number 2. Oh, I must have hit another... Crazy, I hit another 1,000 points. Alright. Well, that was game over. 2,140, so I did not do too good. I actually did pretty poo-poo right there. Doing pretty good here. I have had my hands full. I've had to feed the baby pigeon. Oh, the parents abandoned it? That's crazy. See, that's always weird to me, like in the animal kingdom, like why would the pigeons like have a baby and they're like, nope, just done with you. That's it. They just abandoned it to die. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing alright. Finally get to play Berzerk, which is a super classic. Apparently, according to Matt, like one of the greatest arcade games ever created. So, here we go. I'm actually going to try. I would say that's probably the biggest gripe that I have is that you move really slow. But you can trick them into doing stuff like that. And you can shoot diagonal too, so... So I got 60 points. I move up, and it get... Oh, so you get like 300 points for doing that. Rapid fire, look at that. Yeah, and the manual even stated that they cannot shoot at angles. So that's like the best thing to do is like trick them into doing things, like walking into the walls. And when Evil Otto shows up, like have them walk into Evil Otto and stuff. And apparently they can kill each other too. So if you get them, they can shoot each other. I do like the design of it. Like they're these robot things. They look like a robot with the eyes spinning like that. All right, I just need to come up. Okay, I'll just let them do that then. And I got an extra life because I hit 1 grand. All right, and because apparently too the manual said that like if you stand like in a spot, eventually they'll come after you, but they're kind of stupid, so they'll just do stuff like that. But of course, it gets really boring. And in the later games, you cannot be screwing around because Evil Otto will show up. Now that was close. The controls feel very smooth though. Look at that. It's like you can kind of see him snapping a little bit, but the controls are like very fluid. I really like that. Oh, get out of the... Okay, stop. There we go. Try to angle shoot here. Get out of the way. It's funny, like, so many of these, like, Mazion, auto-Mazions, whatever the manual calls them. It's like you enter into a room and there's just tons and tons of... Why am I at... Wait a minute. Why did my counter start over? I didn't die. What's going on? Okay, maybe it didn't. Maybe I was looking at something else. So I'm at 2,210. Alright, so I want to get around here. Try not to touch the electrify. That's what confused me. It's like 30. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean 30? Then all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, you got 30 points. Alright. So right here, yeah, you can trick them all into just doing goofy things like that. Just cause a ruckus. That was close. I don't know, I like the game, I like the look of it. I love the look of like the black and the neon-y blue and stuff like that. I think it's a cool look. But okay, now it looks like everything's looping now. Like the different stages are starting to loop. But I don't know, it feels like they could have done a little bit more with the design. So actually I'm going to go up one more time just to see. And I'm going to continue this. Okay. Yeah, it's all looking like it's kind of looping now. Whoa. The robots changed too. Oh, now they're going to shoot faster. There we go. Now see if I can come up here and angle down. No. Whatever. You got him anyway. 70 points. Yeah, now it's going to start getting a little bit more intense. Okay, so it has been pretty much looping, so I'm going to go to the right then and see what's going on. Whoa, okay. Way to just... How about you just spawn me on top of them next time? That'd be awesome. Why don't you just do that? Garbage. Alright, now it's all going to get super tricky and I need to figure out different ways of dealing with this. Alright, here we go. Now, with the extra lives, in certain game modes, like in this game mode, holy cow! In this game mode, I'm able to get up to 6 extra lives, and, apparently, it'll stop at 6, like, you won't see any more lives after that. However, it'll continue to collect them. So I could collect like 20 lives, and you'll only see 6. But according to the manual, you can get all the way up to like 255 lives, and then when you hit that, it'll start back over to 0. So, but yeah, wow, things got pretty intense right there. I don't know what wave that was. I'm gonna start over again. I'm just gonna take some different routes. Yeah, you definitely got to get used to the controls because they like doing that garbage of having one bullet on screen at the same. You can only have one bullet on screen, basically. And so sometimes I'll sit here and try to shoot, and it's like he's slow. I mean, number one, he already walks really slow. But it looks like when you get up to those higher waves, then things can get real intense, and you gotta almost play super duper defense. But yeah, it seems like the main goal and the main gist of this game would basically be just my main goal would be to try to get 1,000,000 points, because then it'll go over. You know what? I'm gonna go back down and see what's down. Kind of looks like where I started. All right. That was close. Yeah, I should try to look up online just to get like a layout of the map, because I wonder how big it is. Like I said, it's not a game you can beat. Oh yeah, and you can do that too. Well, I don't know why it's all glitchy like that. It looks crazy. And you can just leave, so you don't have to clear them out, but you do get bonus points for clearing out all the enemies. So it's like, yeah, whatever. You can just like, oh no, there's a bunch of bad guys. Oh, I better escape. But you get bonus points every time you actually clear out the stage. And since the game is based off of points, well, that's obviously what you got to do. Come on, walk into me. There you go. Now this area looks a little bit different. See, I think it'd be cool to like come into here and like find like an Easter egg or something. It's like, oh, Jake, these old Atari games didn't have that. What are you talking about, Easter eggs? Why they wouldn't do that? It's like, what are you talking about? They did that on Adventure, which came out in 1980, and this game came out in 82, August of 82. Now it's gonna get crazy intense. So here's where you just kind of exploit the game and not even bother trying to shoot them, because I think you get like the same points for shooting them or letting them bonk into a wall. You get the same amount of points, so it don't matter. Thank you. See, I knew everything was going to get more intense. I was like, oh man, I got to get out of the way, because I'm going to like get killed right off the bat. Alrighty. Alright, I'm going to check something here. This stupid phone. Knock it off. Alright. And they do actually have games for children, like children's mode. It stated it in the manual. I can't remember exactly which mode it is, but it is cool that they have it for children. The thing is, children's mode is basically they won't shoot at you. So that's why I'm not doing children's mode, because it's just way too easy. Like, these things won't kill you. The only time you would actually die is by having them touch you. If you touch the walls or touch them, that's the only way you would die. This is getting crazy. So here's where you do the exploit and just come up here and wait. My phone died, so I gotta turn this one on. Now what are you gonna do? You gonna sit there? Oh, finally! Alright, hold on. Because that way if anyone comments, I won't be able to read the comments. I'm going to go over to the right. Ooh, put me right there. See, now they're all going to touch the wall with the exception of this one guy coming down. Alright. But I do love, too, that the characters change. Like, first they're kind of... I don't remember what they look like at first, but they're kind of like greenish, and then they turn kind of blue. Alright, turn the volume down on here. Doot, 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 doot. Forrest says, looks fun. Yeah, definitely, it's a fun game. Chris had a good Overthink Tank uploaded. Yeah, I saw him upload that new Overthink Tank. I like it. There were some spots in there that I thought got kind of long-winded, but the funny stuff, obviously, I thought was, well, good. It's interesting, too, when the robots blow up. It was like a smiley face. It's like a weird little smiley face they give. But yeah, as far as the game goes, it's definitely fun. I don't know if it's probably not my favorite. I don't like how slow the character is. I feel like he could have been sped up a little bit. The design looks okay. You son of a gun. The design of the level looks okay. But, oh, come on, man. I don't even know why I went down there, but whatever. I don't even know how many lives I have. It's no longer displaying. Oh, I only have 1 life left? Nice. Yeah, once you get up into here, it definitely gets a lot tougher. But I'm only goofing up now because I'm also trying to talk. I like the game. I think it's really cool. The gameplay, too, is pretty awesome. But there's just some things in here I feel like it's lacking. Like, what was it? Chopper Command, Defender had like a whole bunch of artwork. The designs looked really cool. Atlantis looked really awesome. And then you get to this, and it's just like a really, really basic layout. It's like, well, it's not about the look, it's about the gameplay. It's like, okay, that's fine, I guess. But even your gameplay is okay. It's not the greatest game in existence. It seems like it's alright. Look at that. Or listen to that. Alright, and I got... Oh, you can just push the button and get going right off the bat. That's hilarious. See, that's the kind of fire I want. Super rapid fire. Alright, so I'm going to go on to game number 2. Bring back the Mountain Man days. Yeah, the good old rendezvous. Shooting muzzle loaders and throwing tomahawks. Alright, so game number 2 is where Evil Otto will actually show up. And at certain points, too, instead of collecting a life every 1,000 points, you will only collect a life after 2,000. So you can't really do the exploits as well in here because of that nonsense. Here he comes, and you can't... Oh, man. You can't kill him either. I think it's set up now where you can shoot him and he disappears for a little bit, but he reappears. And there are some game modes where you can't shoot him and make him, like here I can shoot him and he goes away for a bit. In other game modes you can't do that. And apparently too, he spawns wherever you come from. So like right where I'm at, I have to get out of there because that's where Evil Otto will show up. Some creepy little smiley face hopping along after me. Get out of there. See, it's like, and you want the maximum amount of points, so that's why I want to get over here and try to clear this. I don't think you get any points either from that. I'm trying to figure. Hold on a minute. No, don't. I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna go to the right. For some reason, YouTube got off my phone. I think it's because it's trying to update. And so now it like kicked me off of YouTube. Stupid. Oh, that was lucky. That wasn't. I really wish, well, that's the thing though, I'm used to like consoles like the NES. Oh. Weird, yeah, some stupid update. So YouTube on my phone wants to update, and so it just like canceled it. It just like it didn't delete YouTube, but it like closed it out. And now when I'm trying to open it, it's like, you know, you can update, right? I'm like, well, I don't want to update right now. It's like, well, update and we'll run a little bit faster. Oh my gosh. I know. Then I'm like, update. They're like, okay, go to Google Play. Okay, make sure you sign in. Holy cow. And then it wants to check all my information. But yeah, I think it's really cool though, like with the Evil Otto character and stuff, how he pops in and out like that. Like I said, in the manual they do give hints, and they say like to be careful because wherever you come in at on the maze, that's where Evil Otto will appear. I should try to figure out how many mazes before things get real intense. So this is 2. This is 3. Oh, that was lucky. And you can shoot the missiles and stuff, whatever they fire. So this is number 4, I believe. Get out of there. Son of a gun. I don't know. Yeah, you really do have to get used to these controls. Because I'll be like, oh man, shoot straight across. And then he'll sit there and I'm going to shoot down. See, it is a game where you do have to definitely get used to the control scheme. Now I'm like lost. I think this is 5. Maybe this is 6. And that's the other thing too, like I said, I don't like how slow your character moves. Because then after a while, like, they can move extremely fast. And I gotta get out of here because of him. That was super, like, right there, I'm telling him, I told him to shoot down. But I knew if I stopped and told him to shoot down, he comes to a stop. And I was like, oh, I don't want him to necessarily come to a stop, because Evil Otto is going to come and hit me. So get going, turn around and shoot, and he turns around, he just sits there. So there is like a weird slight delay when that happens. This goofy thing. Forget it. I'm not even going to bother with it then. Hold on a minute. Yeah, you were asking about that smiley face, and yeah, that smiley face is Evil Otto. the main villain basically of the game. I don't know. I don't want to say the main villain because these are the main villains of the game. You're basically in a maze. You're on a planet called Mazion, and these are called Mazion Autos or whatever the manual says, Auto Mazions. And the that thing right there is called Evil Otto, who's like the big sinister being in charge of all of this. Okay, just forget it then. Apparently that didn't count. I don't know why that didn't count for hitting them. That's garbage. Well, anyway, that was number 2. I'm going to move on to game number 3 here in a second, if I can get this stupid phone figured out. It keeps resetting everything. I don't know why it does that. Like, I'll be doing something, and then it just, like, cuts it out, and then it just, like, disappears. And then I have to reload it again. Yeah, and it wants me to sign in to update YouTube, but I have to use an underscore, and there's no underscore. I know it sounds stupid. It's like, what do you mean? You push the button. Well, there's a button to go to like the different, so you can use commas and stuff, and it doesn't give me the underscore option. And there's just one page. There's not 2 pages or 3 pages or anything. It's garbage. All right. Alright, I'm going to move on to game number 3, and I can't see because the colors are trash. There we go. And we will see what game number 3 has in store. See, that right there to me is stupid. That is trash when it does that. So game number 2, game number 3. So it seems really random though. So every time you start the game over, it's basically just random wherever they want to put the robots. I'm going to call them robots. The Autobots. I forgot about that too. That Evil Otto is going to appear. But stuff like that, like when they just stick you right in between everyone like that. Especially if everything is going to get like extremely fast. But I do love that, though, like I said, with the design of them, like how they change colors. So they'll be whatever, like now they're yellow, and then they'll turn green, and then they'll be blue, and then they'll be brown. I think it's kind of cool seeing the different variety like that. But all in all, I think it's an okay game. It seems pretty fun. It's like, it's not survival horror, but it has like a creepy, spookier element to it since you're actually controlling a person. And you're like running around a maze, and you're like trying to fight all these creatures and evil demonic... You're like trying to fight all these evil beings and stuff. So this one, I don't think you can kill Evil Otto. Oh yeah, and they said in some of the later rounds too, some of these enemies will take more than one shot. But it definitely feels like a game that you really do have to play it a lot more. Really get used to the controls, because the controls are kind of wonky. He moves really, really slow. Too slow. But, and obviously, yeah, and that's one thing you want to do, too. If you want to... Well, actually, yeah, it's kind of a trick. If you want to clear the stage, get between... Like, right there. I didn't even do anything. He just walked into me. Alright. So yeah, it is kind of cool though. The more you progress, the harder everything gets. Like I said, on the baby mode, they won't even shoot at you. Evil Auto doesn't even show up or any of that stuff. And then, of course, as you guys can see, even after a while, it's like they do a gradual progression. They do it in a great way. Like game number 1 is your normal average game mode. Game number 2, they bring in Evil Auto, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh well, you can hit Evil Auto and kind of get him out of the way. But then in game number 3, you're not allowed to hit Evil Auto. You can, but it won't do anything. And it just gets like more and more intense. Like, see, stuff like that is just like garbage to me. I like how slow he moves. But that's why I said it's a game you just have to play so much that you get used to that speed. So you have it on a timer. Like right now, Evil Auto's showing up, I better get out of the way. And you would get so good at it too, where you could like time everything. So it's like, okay, I want Evil Auto to kill this thing. Of course, my guy moves really slow, so I want to do this, come over here, which wasn't going to happen. I wanted to go up and around, so Evil Auto would run into them and kill them, and then I could get points. But anyway, I'm going to go on to game number 4, and like I said, it's just going to basically get more and more and more intense. I don't remember which one is like the really hard one, because I don't have the manual on me. And according to the manual too, yeah, I hate that too. That's one thing they should have changed, is the stupid single shot garbage. You should be able to at least shoot 2 or 3 bullets out. 3 would have been good, but like the fact that you have to like sit here and goof off irritates me. You gotta shoot. Oh, you better wait. You better wait now. And he shoots at like such a crazy angle too. Like you can shoot straight down, but then if you angle, it's like a really far angle. And whichever way you were pointing last time, like if I point up and then somebody's to my, like right now I'm going right to left and somebody's above me, he'll shoot right to left, or I accidentally angled up. Now Evil Auto's not showing up. But like, there's so many instances where I'm sitting here going, okay, shoot up. Oh, go to the side, and I start shooting, but he's shooting up. So it's like you have to go, stop. You have to do something like this. Go up, go down, up, hit to the right, shoot, go down, up, hit to the right, shoot, go down. You have to stop. You have to go up, stop, hit the direction you want to go, then shoot. Or you can hold the button, and then you can try to aim. But because of stuff like that, it's like really crazy. So, and you can't look away from the screen either, because then like you'll just run into stuff. I like the way he walks. I like the animation. I like how he does that kind of stuff. But the shooting is wonky. I don't really like that. Alright. I gotta do something here. I know. And Matt says, hold on. Oh yeah, very scary when you get hit. Matt says it'd be awesome if it released for those 1-up arcades. Yeah, with the new 1-up arcades and stuff that they're doing. Yeah, it would be kind of. I know they did make some Atari one. I don't remember what all came on it. Like, yeah, I thought they did like an Atari one for the 1-Up arcades, but I don't remember what was on it, like Centipede and I think maybe Missile Command and your stereotypical stuff like that. Alright, so number 5 you can shoot him. And he disappears sometimes. Hit detection is kind of wonky. But according to the manual, like, I forgot, but there are, like, certain stages, and they do have the game matrix, which will tell you, like, which stage is, like, really, really, really brutal. I'm not sure which one it would be. So you can do stuff, well, whatever. I was going to say, you can do stuff like that and walk around them and have Evil Otto hit them, and you still get your points. And then you get bonus points for clearing the screen. So, see, like right there, I'm like, hurry up and fire. Well, I can't because my other shot is still on the screen. Garbage. Didn't even hit him. I already went into the different area. So yeah, like I said, I think the game is okay. Not the best, not the worst. It's a unique game. It's cool. It's different. Like most games that I've played so far, where you control a character, like an actual person and running around, it's like football or baseball or home run or bowling or something. Otherwise, most of the time you're in like a spaceship flying around trying to shoot different things down and shoot asteroids and different aliens and what have you. See, like right there, I pushed down, but like previously he was shooting to the right. So because I held down, he came to a stop and Evil Otto was able to hit me before I was able to hit him. I need to take my sweet time running. Well, whatever. Alright, well, I don't know. I'm going to go up to game number 12 and see. This one might be the easy one. I don't know. I feel like my character's moving. Maybe not. It seemed like my character was moving a little bit faster, but I'm not sure. See, this is the game that's meant for children, so this would be the one that you would play first if you don't know the game. But I've been playing all these old Atari games, so I'm like very familiar with how things work. So if I played this is all it would pretty much be, just me shooting things. It's like, well, isn't that how Atari games work? Well, kind of, like air-sea battle, right? You just shoot stuff, right? That don't shoot back. It's like, yeah, but you were also on a timer. You had a time limit to see how many points you could get. Whereas here, you have no time limit. You could play forever. So the only thing that's going to kill you is if they run into you or you bump into a wall and die. So there's really no challenge. So maybe it's game 11 then. That will get real intense. Because usually on the different game selects, they have like easy, medium, hard, whatever, and then they usually have one for they're like, oh man, this is for the big experts. These are for the true hardcore gamers. This is where things really kick her in the goose. Nice. Thank you. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to call the live stream here. Like I said, it seems like an okay game. You know, if you do game number 1. It seems like an okay game, but it's more of a game that, like, you just have to sit down some night, you know, after dinner, after eating some food, sit down, chill out, turn the lights off, relax, and see if you can max out your score. Like right here, I want to try to see how far I can actually get. But that means sitting down, shutting up, and not saying nothing. And then, of course, that also means I have no Evil Otto. Nice shot. Thanks for streaming. See you next time. Yeah, I should hopefully be on again tomorrow. Actually, that's going to be crazy. So tomorrow I actually get to put the Atari away and pull out the ColecoVision. So tomorrow is going to be the start of the ColecoVision. That's crazy. That's going to be fun. Because I remember when I was a kid, when I was like really little, and I remember playing a little bit of the ColecoVision. Somebody had it. I remember a friend of my dad's, they owned one, and I remember playing it a little bit. Peggy had one at one point, and I remember playing Zaxxon on it. But otherwise, I have like no experience with playing the ColecoVision. So that'll be really awesome to throw that in and play it. I don't want to do it, but I almost feel like I have to take a break. I already took a long enough break doing this. I almost have to take a break, not because I'm like, oh, I'm playing too many games, I'm getting burnt out. I need to take a break because the reason why I was doing this is I wanted to make a Janitor Jake video where I talk about my experience of playing through every single video game I own in order of release. I wanted to talk about what that was like. And to like point out like different cool things, Easter eggs and stuff that I've been noticing, how the games are tying into each other. But the problem is by playing these so much, I forget. Like all of a sudden, I forget about other games. So like if you were to tell me right out, it's like, hey Jake, do you remember playing whatever? Do you remember playing Space Jockey? What was that game like? And I'm like, wait a minute, Space Jockey, which one was that? And I gotta think. And I have to sit here and think, because I can't remember. And I don't want to get so far in depth that I start forgetting about, like, certain games. Like, do you remember Space War? Why'd you hate that one so much? It's like, well, now I almost have to replay it to figure out why I thought it was so bad. Or I have to replay Space Jockey or Laser Blast and some of those other titles. Just because, like I said, it's like I've gotten so deep now into here that I'm forgetting a lot of the other games. And now that the ColecoVision is coming up, now would be a good time, too, for me to stop and be like, alright, let's start writing the script for all the Atari stuff that I've been playing and get part 1 out of the way. So anyway, that was Berzerk for the Atari 2600. I think I'm going to take off. So Matt, thanks for watching and hitting up the chat. Forrest, thanks for watching and hitting up the chat. It's always fun. And like I said, I think it's a good game. It definitely seems like a game you would chill out, relax, and try to max out your high score. After playing like the really fast shooters, I get used to that fast-paced gameplay. And when my character moves really slow, when my character only does one bullet at a time, it's kind of a turnoff for me. I don't really like that. Because, what was the other games? Like Lost Luggage, really fast-paced gameplay. Oh, man, here we go, bam, bam, bam. Missile Command, same thing. Okay, here we go. And it gets faster and gets faster. With this, the bad guys get faster, but you stay really slow. I thought there was another game that did that, where you stayed really slow, but the bad guys got faster. I can't remember. But that's like Demon Attack. I love that because you're kind of slow, but so are the bad guys. As they speed up, you speed up. And it's like everything has this nice flow to it. Where here, everything gets really, really fast, but you still remain extremely slow. And I'm not a fan of that. But, so it's a good game. Are there other games that I enjoy more? Yeah, I do. I enjoy other games more than this. But I still think it's a good, fun game. It's one of those games, like I said, you just have to put it in, sit down, relax during the evening time at night, and just veg out and play and try to roll the counter over by hitting 1,000,000 points. So, anyway, have a good evening. See you next time. Alright, sounds good, Forrest. Once again, thanks for watching. Matt, thanks for watching. But I'm going to skedaddle. So whatever. I'm Janitor Jake, and I will see you guys next time.